Welcome back to the CISSP 100 Days Challenge. Many highly intelligent professionals fail this certification on their first attempt. It rarely happens because they lack technical knowledge. They fail because they approach the questions with a purely tactical mindset. A technician's instinct branches towards action and fixing the issue, while a security leader branches towards assessing the situation. Watch how the hierarchy changes when we put business risk at the top. Technology choices flow downward from risk. Risk must drive every decision. Adopting this top-down hierarchy provides the structure needed to identify the actual intent behind complex exam questions. Let's apply this to a real practice question to see how it works in a live scenario. Take a look at this question. A company discovers a critical vulnerability in a public-facing application. What should be the first action taken by the security manager? The immediate technical temptation is to jump straight to answer A and apply the patch. But notice that single word. The modifier changes the entire requirement. Acting without understanding the consequences of a patch can cause severe disruptions, which is why applying it immediately is the incorrect choice. Before implementing any control, a security professional must understand the business impact, the risk level, and the operational consequences. That makes performing a risk assessment the correct choice. Prioritizing assessment forces you to consider how a change impacts the wider business. It is a safeguard against fixing a vulnerability only to cause a service outage. Here is our second scenario. Which principle ensures users receive only the permissions necessary to perform their job functions? The exam frequently uses distractors, answers that sound plausible but do not fit the specific context of the prompt. Let's eliminate the clear mismatches. Defense in depth refers to multiple layers of security, and separation of duties divides responsibilities to prevent fraud. Neither addresses user permissions directly, so we cross them off. That leaves us with two similar concepts. As you can see here, need to know restricts access to specific information, while least privilege restricts system permissions. Since the question specifically asks about permissions, least privilege is the exact match. The exam will constantly test your ability to separate closely related concepts. Mastering these precise definitions keeps you from falling for semantic traps designed to test surface-level knowledge. Now put on your executive hat for question 3. Senior management asks for justification before funding a new security initiative. What is the most important factor to present? Pause the video and lock in your answer. If you chose technical specifications or security tool features, you fell into the technician trap again. As these terms fade from the screen, remember that technical details rarely persuade senior leadership. Executives invest in business outcomes. They want to see how an initiative leads to risk reduction. They evaluate funding based on protected revenue, secured assets, and regulatory compliance. Converting technical vulnerabilities into operational risks allows executives to make informed funding decisions. It aligns security spending with the organization's financial goals. Let's look at this timeline to map out question 4. We need to categorize a security awareness training program from a list of control types. To do that, we divide an incident into 3 phases: before, during, and after an attack. Different controls operate in different phases. Preventive controls attempt to stop an event before it happens. Detective controls identify the event while it occurs, and corrective controls fix the damage after the fact. Because a security awareness program teaches employees how to spot phishing and avoid risky behavior, it drops strictly into the before attack section. It is designed to reduce the likelihood of a successful breach, making it a preventative control. Visualizing controls on a timeline provides a reliable framework for categorization. It reduces the ambiguity often found in abstract security definitions. We reach our final scenario. A system administrator discovers suspicious activity on a server. What should be done first? Many technical professionals want immediate action, but CISSP emphasizes process. Before destroying evidence or making changes, you must preserve evidence for investigation. If you immediately rebuild the server, valuable forensic data may be lost forever. Remember this exam rule: investigate before you remediate. To cement this mindset, here are the 3 major exam strategies you need to memorize. First, think like a manager, not a technician. Second, spot absolute keywords like best and first. And third, always favor risk management over technical implementation. Using these 3 rules changes how you process each prompt. You begin to evaluate scenarios based on their strategic impact rather than their technical symptoms.